Hi, welcome back to Behind the Seams with WeGotEm Tees. Today's episode, we're going to be going over our artwork. What happens after you guys have placed the order with the jacket, how it goes through our artwork department, and we get all of the artwork ready for either us making patches or sewing on the jacket, the embroidery files. We're going to be working with Ella today on that. Ella kind of heads up our art department over here at WeGotEm Tees, and she really is the mastermind behind what we do on our artwork. Okay, so let's dive right in, and we're gonna start with first names. That's something that most everybody gets on their jacket, is their first name on the chest. So how would you go about starting to digitize this for us, Ella?
So usually it's just, first name first, and sometimes the students will add lines underneath their names, usually for what sports or activities that they do.
Sure.
It's pretty common. So doing first name, and then having that be one color, and then having all of the text underneath it be a different color is pretty.
So you right there, you just you typed in Maddie's name. We're just using Maddie here, and we went ahead and changed the fonts. We picked what font we wanted, and you changed the colors. And then how would you go about adding the lines underneath it?
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a different line, and we're going to type in what the student does, and then we're also going to change the font one more time, and then just make sure that that's centered too. And we're going to make this a little smaller just because it's really big. Try to make it kind of proportionate to the student's name, and we'll kind of go back in and fix the student's first name too. Make sure that that's proportional as well. Make sure it's the size that we do like to see.
Is it normal for them to pick like a different font for their activities versus their first name?
Usually, personally, I prefer to see the first name in more of a cursive font, and then have the list underneath be a more legible font. Kind
of provides that separation between their name and then what they do. Okay. So Maddie right here, she plays water polo and she swims. Perfect.
So and then we'll go ahead and change the color based on what they want to do.
Right.
And we're also going to change the thickness just so that it does show up for embroidery a little bit better.
Nice and thick.
Yep. And make sure that everything is centered as well. Make sure that it's how we want it.
And can you go ahead and show us how that would sew out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It has the, we're basically letting it do a sew out on the computer before it sews out on the jacket. And I'm obviously this prevents errors.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to make sure that it looks right before we put it on a jacket.
Right. And what are you looking for during this process? When you're watching it sew, what are the things you're looking for?
You want to make sure that the corners are good, especially down in this dip for the M. You want to make sure that it's smooth stitches and not all bunched up.
Got it. And those are just things that your eye actually eventually sees as you've been doing this for so long. That's cool. Okay, that's super neat. All right, so I would say the next thing that's most common is kids usually get their names on the back of the jacket.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go ahead and do name on the back of the jacket. I'm assuming it's probably similar.
Yeah, it's
maybe
a
little different.
Little different.
Okay.
So Maddie's last name.
What's different about doing last name, digitizing a name for the last name versus the first name? What is different about that?
So last name is a little bit bigger, so we want to make sure.
So size, obviously. Okay.
Yeah. And then it depends on if they choose the same font or a different font than their first name. We just want to make sure that it's proportionate, especially to the size of the jacket.
Sure.
And if they have a hood or not, we want to make sure that it looks good.
Right. So right now you're just kind of doing some edits on it? Is that's what's happening?
Yep, we want to make sure that it looks suitable for embroidery. So we're kind of going to make it a little thicker so that it has room to actually become
some cleaner
a last name.
lines and stuff like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
to make sure that the E actually has
a little hole in it.
Mm-hmm. And then we want to make sure that that sews out well too. So we're going to change all the settings on those.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that there are no lines.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. And is this like, I know sometimes we add outlines to like their last name. Mm-hmm. Is that something you would do like during this process right now?
Yeah, so we'll do that real quick. We usually have like a preferred width for the stitching as well, so it makes it a little bit easier to have just presets.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks great.
Mm-hmm. And then the same thing with this too. You want to watch the corners, make sure that they all look good.
Mm-hmm. That you don't
like,
get those...
this is really awful.
Oh, yeah. Because that'll like just bunch up as it's as it's sewing out. Then
it just doesn't look good either. So we want to make sure. Yeah. But then you have that issue. So.
Oh, we got a different issue.
Make
so now we got
the adjustments.
Got it.
So yeah.
So there's a lot of like playing around with it until and now it looks like we got another issue right there.
Right here.
Yeah. It's a lot of kind of playing around until we have it just
until you're comfortable
like we want
with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the bottom line is there's a lot more involved than just like typing in a name.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just typing in a name, telling the machine to sew it.
Yeah.
You actually have to tell the machine what to sew the right way.
Yeah, and how to sew it. Basically, give it the rundown.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm. And same thing, you can kind of watch that play out a little bit if you want to. Again, so we're not making mistakes on jackets. We'd rather see the mistake here on the computer versus over there on the machines, right? Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put it in the right order for how it sews out too.
The order is important. So what's the right order to sew that out in?
Usually it's fill, outline, fill, outline.
Like letter by letter is what you do?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll do a sew out of that, see how it looks. You can make it a little faster too so we can see what's going on.
That's great. So you can see like the underlay stitch first, that's being laid down. The underlay stitch is really going to hold that wool nice and still before that final top stitch gets laid down. And then it'll go ahead and
do the outline.
Straight to the outline, yeah. It's important that we sew it this way on Letterman jackets. Again, this is a lot of trial and error on our part. You know, we've been doing Letterman jackets for a long time, and we realize that the wool does tend to shift a lot in the sewing process with these large names. So sewing letter by letter, fill, outline, fill, outline, fill, outline, it really decreases the amount of shifting that we get.
It stays in one place for one letter and then goes on to the next.
And so we get a cleaner name. Yeah, for sure. So that's actually pretty common, the embroidery here for the last name on the back. Another really common thing that we do is the appliques. So that's something popular that we do. So let's go ahead and do an applique name, how we start that and what that ends up looking like.
You got it.
Okay, so another real popular thing that we do is we do applique patches for last names on the back. It's just another way to decorate the back of the jacket. It's pretty popular, so why don't you walk us through how we do the art for the applique patches?
Gotcha. So it's a little bit different than how we do the regular last names. It'll be more of a process than just digitizing those other ones.
Well, it has all those layers to it, so it's like 3 different layers, right?
Yep, 3 different layers.
3 different layers, so
it'll be 3 different sets of presets. So
got it.
Right now we're just kind of making it break apart so that it's a little bit easier to do.
Got it.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of get everything how we want it to be, which is just the bottom layer of everything. We'll change the colors as we go so that it's kind of easier to do it in the long run.
Sure. What about this little like...
We're gonna fix that.
You're gonna fix
We're
that.
gonna fix that. Yeah, it looks a little bumpy right now.
Wonky.
But we'll go ahead and fix that.
Yeah.
We'll get the imperfections out.
There's really no such thing as like point and shoot. It's perfect.
No.
You got to type this in, but there's a lot of editing that has to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when I first started, I was like, It's just a
typing
computer.
in. Yeah.
What could you do? There's so much. But yeah. So we have different presets.
So I see the different layers here.
Yeah.
So like you have a purple layer, the gold layer, and the white layer right now. And so eventually it'll end up looking like one of those.
Yeah,
right?
it'll be, so this one is actually going to be pretty much like this, just a little reversed. So we'll kind of do the presets.
So again, you're making sure like the sizing is right. Got it.
We'll do the sizing at the end just to make sure that it's exactly how we want it.
Perfect.
We're going to make everything proportional and have it be just our standard patch.
So a lot of these they're like presets in the computer that obviously we've
memorized over the time.
You've memorized them, I haven't. But they're presets that through trial and error we have figured out our presets to make these things work, right?
I'm going to make sure that it's exactly how we want it, rather than just trying and hoping for the best.
Right.
So, yeah. So all of these have different like widths so that you can see each layer
right.
a little bit better.
Sense.
Yeah. Okay, and then same thing, we're kind of go in, see all the corners, make sure
So
that
you
all
like
the
kind
corners
of just
are
go
good.
close up on it
Yeah.
and really examine all of the layers.
And then we'll make them kind of bunched together a little bit more. And then like right here, this is where it's supposed to be, but it's not. So perfect. And then we'll do the same thing with the other layers. That one looks good. And then we'll do the same with the actual name.
Perfect. Looks great, Ella.
Alrighty, so that's how that one is. And then we size it, make sure that it's standard sizing.
And you do like different size jackets are gonna have a different size of the last name?
So appliques are pretty standard size. Ooh, actually just saw this. It's not fun.
Little bauble.
A little bit. So appliques are about 12.5 inches wide.
Okay.
Rather than it being sized for each, just so that it's
They're more standard.
yeah,
Got
everything kind of follows the same guideline.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's cool. Can you play that one for me real quick? Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so it'll kind of do each layer at a time, and then we put it on the machine and we cut it out as we do that.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I feel like the last thing that we're going to talk about is when people order back art for the back of their jacket. That's super fun. We take things from creation to final product on the jacket. To watch that process is pretty neat.
Yeah.
So why don't you show us one that we've been working on, and you can talk us through that.
Okay. So this one's going to be our little Hello Kitty. She's
so
very
cute.
popular, very cute. So we're going to make her a chenille back art.
Okay, and chenille is like the
fuzzy
fluffy
material.
The fluffy part. It's not the flat embroidery. It's more what like the school letter patches are made of, and we can do back arts in chenille, or we can also do them in embroidery, right?
We can do them in glitter too. Looks very nice. So we're going to go a little bit just away from the embroidery so that it has room to expand a little bit.
Tracing the edge, the edge of the image here, right?
Yep. And we'll get in there a little bit.
Okay, I feel like this is going to take a little bit of time.
It might take a little bit of time. So this is where it's going to turn into chenille a little bit. It's going to, we have different presets in the computer for this. So it'll be like the hatch stitch instead of just flat.
Got
like
it.
the complex
That's how
style.
you get the fluffy.
Yep.
The fluffy
so it'll go from
stitch
this
on there. Got it.
to this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is, you can definitely see like the pattern that it's going to go in for the machine. So.
And then basically you just kind of do this for the whole
Everything
Hello
else,
Kitty.
yeah. Yeah. She's got a lot of different, options for colors. So
that's cool. Well, thanks, Ella, for walking us through all of the artwork. I think it's pretty interesting for our customers and friends to see what the process is like. Anyways, we'll see you on the next episode. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. All the links will be below. Check us out on social media, and we can't wait to see you next time. Thank you.